Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Internet Mexican Show. And the reason we're making this short episode today is because my Twitter account, Internet Mexican, has been completely flooded with idiots like this guy. Trump is no longer president. He has been impeached. 2020's vision is looking very clear. Okay, yes, they voted on the articles of impeachment in the House, and yes, it looks like they passed it. They did, actually. Well, like yesterday, right? That doesn't mean he's no longer your president. Donald Trump is still president of the United States. There's still a whole impeachment process that needs to come to a conclusion before we decide whether or not Donald Trump is going to be removed from office or if he's going to continue through his entire term. And for those of you who do not know how impeachment works, here's a neat little flowchart that I found on the BBC. The first thing that needs to happen is the House needs to vote on the articles of impeachment. This has already happened. We already have, I think it's 2 articles, right? Article 1, Article 2. Article 1 is abuse of power. Article 2 is obstruction of Congress. Now, I will leave a link to this. It's New York Times. They have the article of impeachment up. They got little notes kind of explaining everything. And I'll leave that down below so you guys can go ahead and look at what these 2 articles really mean or what they wrote in there. Currently, we find ourselves where a simple majority has impeached Donald Trump in the House, and so the articles of impeachment are going to be passed to the Senate to where the trial could begin. Although I haven't really looked at it today, it looks like the Democrats are going to be holding on to him until something goes their way. I'm not too sure. I wasn't really paying attention to it today since I was at work most of the day. Once the articles of impeachment are passed to the Senate, that's when the trial begins, and at that point, you have to have, I think, if less than 2/3 of the Senate votes to convict, then Trump goes off and continues his presidency. However, if 2/3 of the Senate or more choose to convict him, then he's removed from office, and the vice president then takes over the duties of the president's office. See, that's where we're at right now. The Senate, if I recall, is majority Republican. It's all his boys who are in the Senate right now. It's his team who has control of the Senate. He is not going to get impeached. So even though the articles of impeachment have been passed or whatever, have been, passed in the House of Representatives, now they're getting passed to the Senate, even though the House voted to impeach him, that doesn't mean the Senate's going to convict, okay? And the fact that it's a Republican majority means that more likely than not, this isn't going anywhere. He's going to remain in power. He's going to stay the president of the United States. What pisses me off is that throughout this entire administration, the Democrats have made it their entire job to just fuck with President Trump. That's all they've done the entire time. At no point have they fucking tried to get any actual work done aside from fucking with President Trump. As you might have seen in my other video if you watched it, I only have 8 subscribers at the moment. You know that I'm a dreamer, right? I have deferred action for childhood arrivals. And you'll also know that the Democrats like to at least portray themselves in the media or in the public as the party that is out to have the back of the dreamers, who the party that's out there trying to get us a path towards citizenship. However, if you've been paying close attention, you'll know that olive branch was already extended by President Trump. All the Democrats had to do was grant him his funding for the wall, and then President Trump would have struck a deal for DACA. However, Democrats during this administration said, fuck that. We're more interested in fighting against you, in contradicting you, and in giving you shit than actually getting anything done. And they've been focusing all their energy on impeachment and just fucking with a president, and I got absolutely nothing else done. That's what pisses me off about this whole thing. They have the little articles of impeachment, which are going to go to the Senate, and nothing's going to get done. They spend all this energy. So the whole situation, this whole administration, Trump's won. Let's just admit it. Trump's not going to get impeached, and most likely at this point, just because the Democrats have proven themselves to be this do-nothing, just waste time party, we're most likely going to get a second Trump term. And you're just going to have to come to terms with it now. On another note, race-baiting piece of shit Joey Salads said that if Trump was impeached, that he would, cut off his left testicle and donate it to fucking science or whatever. Well, he's been impeached. There's a picture he posted on his Twitter talking about he's a man of his word, and it shows him supposedly in like a hospital. I highly doubt this fucking idiot actually went and got his testicle removed. but I sincerely hope that he did. And then there was another tweet talking about he will sell off his last remaining, or he'll chop off his last remaining testicle if Trump is removed from office. So although I do not think that the Senate will convict and thus remove Trump from office, I pray to whatever higher power there is out there that whatever slim chance there is that Trump does get removed from office actually happens. Why? Not even so that Trump's removed from office, but so that this guy, if he actually followed through with what he said, this guy loses both his testicles, and this dumb, stupid, race-baiting piece of shit cannot pollute the gene pool with his fucking corrupted, rotten seed. That's the only reason I hope Trump gets removed from office, because fuck this guy. Anyway, just a quick little video from the Internet Mexican here on the Internet Mexican Show. Thanks for watching. Yeah, his name's actually Joey Salads.
What a fucking stupid name.
I know.